Hello, hello, it's Friday. Although every day's a Friday for me, but today I have the Friday feeling. Yes, I do. I am so pumped after my live last night. I have had my inbox flooded, not only from people inquiring about the opportunity, but also people reaching out to me who are in Limelife and other direct sales companies, just basically saying that it was a really good live. So I'm proper pumped this morning. I also have been picking my face. Why do we do that as women? So this side of my face is feeling super delicate because I don't even know why. I woke up and I was literally sat watching the telly with the kids and I'm like this, all the like little bumps, and I'm trying to squeeze bumps that don't even exist. So now this side of my face is a little bit red and a little bit aggy. So if you are joining me live, this isn't actually my live for today. I'm coming live to you this evening and showing you the starter kit. So I think it kind of moves on quite nicely from yesterday's live, just kind of showing you what comes in the kit and how much it is and a little bit more about the opportunity. So if anybody does want to tune in and watch that, it's probably going to be around about 9:30 once the kids have settled and gone to bed. So I'll try my best to be live then. But I thought, you know what, whilst I'm getting ready before I go out, let's come on and do a Facebook live with me using the amazing Limelife wax-based foundation, professional graded, 50% pigmented, used throughout the industry with makeup artists, film stars, TV stars, you name it, they use this amazing, hello Suzanne, they use this amazing foundation. So I know it's a huge statement to say this is the best foundation you're ever going to try, but based on all the feedback I've had from people that have been using this for the last 6 to 8 weeks, are we on now? I've lost track, I've been having such fun. This is the best foundation they've ever tried. So I've already done my mono brow, so hopefully my brows are going to be a little bit more symmetrical when I'm done. I have my trusty water bottle. I've also wearing my new dress. I think it's called, what do they call it? Like a gypsy dress? I'm not quite sure what they call them, but it's almost a little bit too floaty and I can't guarantee it's not see-through. So if anybody sees me today, I've been stood in my extension, which is still yet to be named. Who's had work done on their house, and they've basically, what happened last summer is we knocked through our dining room and created a new space outside. And it's like a sunroom, so it's got a hard roof, but it's like a conservatory. So it's got one hard wall, the rest are windows, and over the roof's like a proper roof with like spotlights in it. But I still call it the extension. It's yet to be named. Nothing else seems to work. So whenever I say to the kids, oh, go in the extension, it's in the extension. I've tried calling it the sunroom, the conservatory, the dining room. Can't do it. Can't find a name for it. So when I refer to the extension, it's not new. It's an extension of the dining room. So I've been stood in the extension, holding it up to the light, trying to see if it's see-through. I don't even know what it's made out of, but it's from Next. Let's have a look. Oh, it's 100% cotton, so it might not be see-through. Can you see me? I mean, you probably can see my pants now. Pretty sure it won't be see-through, but I'm not quite sure if it's me, because it almost feels like it needs a belt, but because of the pattern and the back has got a bow on it, which is super pretty, it almost can't have a belt. So yeah, not sure. If anybody does see me today, please do give me your honest opinion on this dress. I got it in the sale, so it literally costs like £12, so it hasn't broke the bank. It's also not a very flattering neckline. I think if it was a bit more like that, or V-necked, or not so thick here, it might be a little bit more peasant dress, that's what it's called. It might be a little bit more flattering, and also it's a 10 and it's massive, but who knows, it's probably why it's in the sale. But let's crack on and get ready, because I'm off to a indoor soft play today with the kids. So I'm just going to put on the due date. Now the reason why I put on due date is because I want this finish to be quite dewy. Name's in the title. It smells incredible. Hello, Ryan. And it just makes my foundation go on more like a BB cream rather than a full coverage. So if you are wanting, I keep picking up this bloody blusher. So if you are wanting your foundation to be kind of more matte and heavier, just apply it with either makeup brush, which I've got in my hand, which I'm looking for, or you can apply it, again, probably slightly lighter using a damp blending bud. But if you are wanting a more heavier coverage, don't use the due date. I only use this because I prefer the gluey look. Gluey? Dewy. So I'm just going to dab it on, especially on this redness. I really regret picking. So if you are watching, please do hop on, say hello, give me a wave, give me an emoji. Anybody who hopped on my live last night, thank you. Sorry, mate. Thank you for joining me. I had a really great time. I had Kelsey Little from the US join me on my live, which blew me away. I was a little bit starstruck. She is one of my biggest idols and inspiration. And also, it got me thinking that actually afterwards, a lot of people within the industry reached out to me because I've been doing these lives now consistently, probably for the last month. And actually, the more I'm doing them, the more I'm finding I'm becoming a little bit of a influencer within the network. And actually, I've realised I've got a lot to offer. And I think it takes kind of stepping out of your comfort zone and realising that actually last night when I was talking to you guys on a live, I've been doing this now since 2015, which I always forget. I'm not new to this, and there's a lot of people that I kind of forget sometimes that have never done network marketing before, and they actually might need some of my hints and tips, not just on applying makeup or kind of doing the things that I do. You need to push it down, buddy. To be able to go in, you need to pull it up or you're going to wreck Mummy's bristles. But actually on how to do the perfect Facebook Lives, from having a nice background to being able to hold the camera correctly, so I'm looking at you as if I'm sat opposite you.
Got 2 more minutes and then you're done.
Yeah. Why don't you just go and play, dude? So, threw me off. What was I saying? Ryan, that's not helpful. Go and do something.
No,
Like, put your socks on.
No.
You distracted me. Oh, now you're knocking the table. That's helpful. So, yeah, it's about doing, like, when I do Facebook Lives, maybe some of you might need help with how to set the camera up perfect, at which height, so it looks as though we're actually talking to each other. When I very first started doing Facebook Lives, Max, can you go brush your teeth, please, if you'd like to go out today? I probably didn't look at the camera as much. What you need to remember is when you've got the phone upways, the camera's up here. So if I was looking at the camera, I might look a little bit off, but it's actually really hard to look at yourself whilst you're doing things. Yes, Ryan?
Max, you took the television controller upstairs.
Right, well, Max now doesn't get to go out this afternoon.
He's going to put it on and then I will miss it.
Well, explain that to him then, mate. Explain the reason why you've paused it.
Why did you pause it?
Explain it to him. Don't just stomp off with the control.
What are you doing?
Happy Friday! Matt, Ryan, come here. Parenting 102. How to not kill your children on a Facebook Live. Welcome. Cucumber water isn't pure vodka, honest. Tell you what, the irony is I tell my kids in the morning, you can't go on your iPad, you've got loads of toys, go and do something, play with something, go and play table football, go and play Scalextrics, go and play darts, go in the garden, go out the front, go and play your Playmobil that I spent hundreds and hundreds of pounds on, go and play with Lego, go and play with something, don't go on your iPad. I come on a Facebook Live and I say to them before I go on, boys, if you want to go on your iPad, I'm going to do a live, it will literally be 10 minutes, just be good, don't kick off, you can sit there and be zombies, here's some headphones, sit in separate rooms, do your own thing, and they kick off. Because Max has been sat watching, there's a Bob the Builder film. Ryan, what are you doing now? There's a Bob the Builder film on some Virgin channel, I think it's like Cartoon Network. Max has been watching it for the last probably 45 minutes and he's paused it so he can go upstairs and brush his teeth. So Ryan, who hasn't been watching said film, now decides he wants to watch it. I mean, seriously, give me strength. Kids, who'd have it? So anyway, going back to what I was talking about. So if there's anybody out there who would like me to do some more kind of network marketing tips, so not necessarily on sales or recruitment, but maybe it's just on doing Facebook Lives, what lighting I use, how I get my background, what's the perfect camera angle, the whole kind of taking selfies. I actually feel like I've got a lot of kind of knowledge to share because I've been doing this quite a while. So if that does something that would interest you, hey Joe, just getting ready before I unleash my children on you. If that is something that would interest you, please do drop an emoji, give me some hearts, leave a comment, just so I can tailor my next week's lives more around those themes. But back to the foundation. So you've just seen me waffle on, and I've actually just applied a little bit more to a damp blending bud, and I'm just going to pounce that in the areas where I have got a bit of a breakout. So never ever pick is it. What's the matter, Ryan? Well, what are you talking to? Tell you, Joe, as my witness, if those children ask for a slush puppy at Leo's and my answer is no and they kick off, that is the reason. Like, seriously, he's in there muttering to himself like some child possessed. Everything they could ever wish for to play with, and he would rather sit in there muttering, almost waiting for his brother to walk in so he can antagonise him. Ryan, I am not laughing, mate. I'm really, really disappointed. Raged. So you can see from this coverage that it is still super light and super natural. I tickled my monobrow away, so my eyes are now as symmetrical as I can be bothered to get them. Just going to fluff up the edges. And just add a bit more, because obviously applying the foundation might have just whipped away some of the powder. So it just takes a couple of seconds just to even them up again. Tell you what, eyebrows are the bane of my life. That's as good as it's going to get. So the foundation is literally flawless. And the great thing is because it blends so beautifully with your own skin, and that's why people rave about it, because it isn't like a liquid or like a compact powder. It is precision applied, and as soon as it hits your skin and it starts to blend, and this is why the professionals love it, because you use such a small amount for such an amazing finish. I just need to, whilst I remember, put my mascara in the oven because it needs to warm up nicely so it goes on. And the great thing about this foundation as well is it works beautifully with powdered products. So when you see me now add the finishing touches, my face now looks really natural. It's got rid of all the redness and kind of the pigmentation. I could go out like this and it actually just looks like I've woken up and I just step out. Like, imagine going on the school run, you'd literally be the envy of all your school mum friends because you look like you've got no makeup on, and you look completely flawless and dewy as well. So there's nothing nicer than kind of that nice natural healthy glow, just to keep you looking radiant and young. And that, let's face it, that is all us women want to achieve, eternal youth. One of the things I will say, and this is going to link into my live this evening about the skincare, is I wanted to share with you, although I have left the Dream Clean somewhere, the products that I've been using this evening came as part of my starter kit, and it's the Skin Therapy and the Due Date. So those two products are literally saving my skin, and the Dream Clean is what I wash my face with, and that's great for acne fighting properties and killing all the bacteria and nasties. So that is really helping dry up my spots. So it's not stopping me get spots, because let's face it ladies, spots come for whatever reason that they fancy, but it does dry them up really quick so they don't last as long. And then I invested in this amazing one drop wonder. It's literally one ingredient, pomifer oil, can't really say it properly, and it's from the hedge balls of a plant in Arizona, and it is an absolute miracle oil. I've been applying it to my evening. I've actually been putting 40 Cure cream on my face. You're not supposed to, but Kelsey Little did it and she swears by it. So I've been mixing the One Drop Wonder with the Forticure cream on my face in the evening as the most intense moisturiser. And then I've also been adding 1 drop, as its title says, 1 drop wonder, into my skin therapy in the morning. And basically what it does, it can be used on its own, but when you pair it with another product, it's almost like a supercharger. It just boosts all the ingredients in that other product. So it's incredible. It is like an elixir. It is the holy grail of your skincare regime. A little bit like this foundation is the holy grail of your makeup routine. So I challenge everybody to try it. I challenge everybody to be colour matched. And if you don't like it or you don't get on with it, you get 30 days. So that's why we don't have samples, because a sample is really hard to gauge how somebody likes the product or how your skin reacts to it. So the samples of the foundation unfortunately don't exist. I'm more than happy if you're local to come out and do a one-to-one or test the product on you and just see how you get on, or you can order it and you get to use it for 29 days, and if you don't like it, we'll return it. Like I say, everybody who's tried this product has fallen in love with it, and that's my challenge, is basically to get that foundation on as many people's faces. And I'm literally going to show you, I've just set it with the setting powder, and I'm now going to really lightly apply the bronzer. And this is from my ice cream palette. Again, super handy to be able to keep all of these products in one place. So literally all you need are a few brushes, your foundation and your ice cream palette, and you are good to go. Really good for holidays when you don't want to carry too much with you. So just applying the bronzer, getting a bit of sun-kissedness to my face, and then let's apply my actual brusher. I don't know why I don't swap these over, because I've been using this one for a while. This is our number 3. Now I actually learnt something yesterday. Here's me telling you on a live that this is comparable to NARS Orgasm. Turns out, guess who used to make our blushes? NARS. So this is NARS Orgasm, and basically what Limelife did is, because NARS still use parabens and fillers in their products, NARS used to make them for the Alcone brand, and what they've done now is they've taken all of the parabens out, so we now make the blusher, but it is based on the original NARS kind of formula in colours, but just without now the added parabens. So that's pretty impressive, isn't it? You learn something new every day. Every day is a school day, and that's why it's so important to follow your fellow peers and kind of like other Limelife presenters, because actually when they're doing their lives, you're learning stuff all the time, and I love learning facts. So I'm just applying really lightly the blusher, and then I'm going in with my absolute fave, although I've lost it again, where have I put it? My absolute favourite thing, and this is a blush slash highlighter hybrid, and I like to just basically apply this over the top of my blusher, and this is what's giving me that like ultra glow on pictures. And this is the blusher number 6, is the one that Oprah Winfrey's makeup artist said that every woman of every colour and every skin tone should buy, because it is a universal blusher slash highlighter, and it just gives you that eternal youth glow that, like I say, everybody searches for. It's like the ultimate kind of summer colour, and also it's one of those things that actually, if you were on holiday, you could just pop that blusher on. Oh, it's so lush, and I wish that I did it as much justice as what it actually is. Hopefully, news on the ring light, on the light mirror. Basically what happened is, got sent from France, from our warehouse, gets all the way to the UK to be delivered by Hermes. Hermes have lost it. So I messaged Limelife support telling them that it says on Hermes I can track the tracking number, but then it just kind of disappears. It's been stuck on the same kind of status since the 6th of August. So I emailed them and they're kindly sending me out a new one. So we'll see. I'm hoping it arrives today because I think this was Tuesday. I emailed them and they said they were sending it out express. So fingers crossed, because then you will be able to see the true colour of these products. So I'm just going to stick on my mascara. I mean, mascara is life, isn't it? If this live is titled, "This is the best foundation you will ever try," I want you to add on there that this mascara is the best mascara. What's that advert? If Carlin made mascara, it'd be this one. I don't even know what that advert is. So tonight I'm going to come back and do another live, and I'm basically just going to share with you the contents of my kit. And now I've been using it for quite a while, to poke myself in the eye. Now I've been using it for quite a while. I want to kind of go through each one and tell you what that's done for my skin, because it's quite heavily focused on skincare. And I think that's because Alcone and Limelife kind of realised that your skin is the first thing to kind of get right. Once you've sorted your skincare out, the foundation and things like that just go on so much better. So I love the fact that they've concentrated on skincare and also the extra kind of goodies for your lips and the blusher and the bronzer. It's just beautiful, and I want to be able to share it with you and show you what each one has done for me in the skincare range. And like I say, this is part of my starter kit, the ice cream palette. So there we have it, all done. And what I'm going to actually apply for you today, although yesterday when I put it on, one of the kids distracted me and I ended up with all over my face. So let's see how this works. Oh, I think it's in my bag. Got no chance of getting the kids to come and get me it. Shall I try? Ryan? Yeah? Can you do me a favour? What? You just passed me Mummy's bag. What? Will you pass me Mummy's bag, please?
Where is it?
It's literally there. Just that white one.
What's in it?
I just want my bag. Thank you. It's my lipstick. Thank you, mate. That was really helpful. Ta-da! This is Red Hot. And it's beautiful. This is like your Marilyn Monroe red. But like I say, yesterday I kind of went on a little bit heavy. But I'm going to show you actually a really top tip. So this is the red. It is gorgeous and glossy. But you know, if you're just wanting a kind of a light covering. Hey, Deb! If you just apply some to your finger, like so. I mean, look how gorgeous and glossy that is. And you basically just go on your lip. Oh, I also have a bit on my nail. Right there. Need to get rid of the bit on my nail. And what this does, it basically makes a sheer. So instead of a full like look, just apply it to your finger and it acts as more of a stain. So you still get the beautiful colour, but it's just not as intense. This is a really good way to wear red lipstick. So it goes on quite dry, like now. So this is on now. So if I was to apply this, it would obviously go on darker. I don't want that. Let me see if I can just show you on the back of my hand. So just using your finger creates almost like a sheer glossy stain on your lips, and also then you don't get any on your teeth and it's going to last longer. Or you can go full on swipe and then you get the really intense red like me yesterday. So that is one great tip for wearing red. So a lot of people feel they can't wear red because it is quite bold. It's nice when you're on a night out, if you've got like a black dress on and you want to zhoosh it up a little bit, a red lipstick is kind of like a classic. But if you are wanting to wear a red in the day, that is a top tip. Pop it on your finger first and then blend it in so it goes on like more of a stain. So it shows you here. So this is on your finger first and kind of blend it in, and then below you've got a full on out of the pot swipe, so you get a lot more intensity, but that is a little bit more higher maintenance because, like I say, yesterday I found myself with a baby wipe having to go around the outside of my lips because it went up there, and I got a little bit heavy-handed because the kids were distracting me. And yes, I ended up with like a clown face. So red is a really hard colour to pull off. It's one of the hardest colours, especially without a lip liner. So all you red lovers out there, pop it on your finger, swipe it round, and then you'll have perfect lips. So I've done it the wrong way round, so this might end in tears. I'm just going to set my face. Shouldn't do this, ladies, if you've already applied your mascara. But I'm hoping my mascara's dried now. And also, spraying it on your lips will help keep your lipstick on all day. So you do this. And that is going to act like a sealer. So that's actually now going to seal my lipstick in, so it's going to be like a stain. So this should still be here. If I eat, drink, cry, whatever I'm going to do today, as soon as my children seem possessed. Don't try for messing around with my light. Okay. So let's do this. Joe, I'll be with you in 5. Thanks, Ryan. Yeah, I'm coming. I'm just coming off live. I almost don't want to come off it. I don't want to face the reality. Right, Ryan. Thank you. Shoes on. Bye, guys. See you all later. 9:30. Don't be late.